social innovation is not a new field, it's a stimulation to many sectors that could make big changes in the world and in society.
So we're arguing that social innovation is the fuel for sustained social impacts. There's a three-step process, which social innovation leads to social changes, which will in turn lead to sustained and prolonged social impacts. Why do we see a bloom in global discourse of social innovation and social enterprises right after the 2008 financial tsunami? Because as argued by Muhammad Yunus, the father of social business, social innovation is the only way to address structural problems and systematic limitations of our current capitalist economic system. 2/3 of our global wealth will be in the hands of the richest 1% by 2013. And it cannot be solved by the traditional means of wealth redistribution because of the current democratic government. Muhammad Yunus invented the idea of Grameen Bank, which is a microcredit system which allows poor rural women to start their own businesses. It is a way thinking out of the box to empower the bottom of the pyramid so that it can also replace the assumption that we are all born to be job seekers. Instead, we all can be entrepreneurs. We all can start our own social means to a lot of systematic, small and big global problems. I think it is the time for us to redesign economic system based on human virtue. It is time for us to drive our societal changes based on our personal and both collective interests and striving for the common good of our entire society. Take another example of the Grameen Shakti. It is a company providing affordable solar power for rural households in Bangladesh. This simple model, this simple small innovation leads to a lot of changes and enabling a lot of smallholders, business owners to start their own businesses and sustain their livelihoods outside of the traditional capitalist system. So we argue that in the motion that social innovation is the fuel for sustained and long-term global changes. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Hayley and Natalie, suggesting that social innovation is already happening. Okay, we just have a couple more now. Coming up next is Professor Roman Maguire, who is from the University of Strathclyde.
We used the Mayhall House, which is the first public housing estate in Hong Kong, now revitalized into a youth hostel, and we used it as a central point, and we gathered some of the previous residents of the Mayhall House and connected them with the children, and we over a form of art which is radio drama, because radio drama is what Hong Kong people really like to listen to. It's broadcasted on the radio, and then the elderly can also connect to this form of art medium. And the children, as their first time trying out this kind of using their voice and utilizing and mixing it with oral history. So this project turned out really successful, and we engaged a lot of community members of the Shamsherpo and also the Shekimei district over the broadcasting of the radio drama. And it was also broadcasted over a radio program in RTHK. So we saw this kind of art, maybe using different forms of arts such as like drama, visual arts, and also radio drama can actually stimulate more innovation and also solve some of the social problems such as the lack of intergenerational harmony.